Hello again. This time we're going to cover how to edit and view files with Nano, which is like an inbuilt text editor for the server and other Linux distributions. Now before we continue forward, I want to make sure that you have downloaded this directory right here called example_assembly. So make sure you have downloaded it and put it into your home directory because that's what we're going to be using right now. And before I go forward, I also want to make an addendum to the last video I did, and it's this right here. So top also has another useful feature. If you do space-u, then you can see processes of just a particular user. So for instance, you can give your own username, and then that would work. You can also give this right here, which is a special variable. And what this will do right here, the $sign and all uppercase user, is that it's a stand-in for your username, so it's going to work just as well as if I had typed Air Jordan. And this is actually a common thing right here, is that the $sign is going to indicate a variable, and then usually they're all uppercase for that variable. So now if I hit enter, it's going to show just my processes on the server. So this is especially useful if you've got a bunch of people running stuff and you can't see your own. So you can use this now to kind of track down those processes that might be running. Although the one thing I might mention is that by default, when you close your laptop or exit out of something, if you had a process running on that shell client, it's going to stop. There are ways you can get around this. I won't cover that just yet, but that's just something you might encounter right now if you use a long running program. I'm going to go ahead and clear this. All right, now we have a chance to actually use Nano, so why don't I do ls to see what's here. Okay, I want to get into that example_assembly, so just follow along with me. I'm going to be using autocomplete again because I can't type this fast. And then I'm going to hit enter. And then we can go ahead and just do an ls to see what's in here. All of these are going to be files that you might see in a normal assembly, and I also did some other things like annotations, which is what the Proca report is. But we're right now interested in this contigs.fasta, and what that is it's just going to be the config files, and that's going to contain nucleotides, and each of the contigs will have a unique header, and that's designated by the greater than sign, and then the header name is following that. So why don't we go ahead and just try this out. We're going to use Nano on this contigs.fasta to open it up like it were a text editor on that thing. So I'm going to do Nano like this. I don't know what it stands for. It probably stands for something, but there you go. Followed by the name of the file that you would like to edit. And now we can hit enter. And now it's going to load it into here. You can also see the number of lines that had to be read, so there are quite a few in here. And here's what I was describing is you got this greater than sign followed by the name of the config, and then the rest of it is a sequence. You can kind of go up and down. You can edit stuff as well. So I could make a change here. I just went ahead and just got rid of that and put in an A, and now that would save it. Now, well, actually, I'm getting ahead of myself. Right now, this is in a buffer, so the changes you make aren't updated automatically. You don't have to worry about that. It is only saved at the very end if you so choose. But right now, let's not try to save anything. I was just trying to show you as an example what this looks like. So we can get out of here by using Control X. You see this right down here. That's the indicator for that. So let's just do Control X. It's going to ask if I want to save this. I don't right now because I was just messing around. So just hit N to not save those changes. And finally, the last thing I'm going to just quickly show is that you can use Nano to make a new file too. So if I do Nano followed by something new, like I don't know, new file.txt, let's just call it that, and then hit enter, then it's going to bring up a nice new empty file for you, and you can make changes as much as you'd like this. And then when you're all set, when you want to save changes, hold on to Control and hit O, and now it's going to ask if you want to save it. So here it is down here. Do you want to save it? You can change the name of this. So you see how I can change it right here. You can change the name of it if you have cold feet and you want to name it something different instead of overwriting your file. But in this case, we do want to overwrite it. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit enter. And you will notice that down here, it said wrote 4 lines. So however many changes you made, that's the number of lines, then it will just say it down here. You know you're good to go. So just hit Control X and it gets you out. And if you want, you can also just do Nano one more time to confirm that that is still there. So you see this file has been created. And I'm just doing Control-X here, and you can see ls, it's there. So great, now you know how to use Nano to look into a file, to edit a file, and that can come in handy sometimes.